on, Georgie. Going to see the vet.
Denise from rescue group Paws has arrived at the Bondi Clinic with a little orphan with a massive problem.
Can you come? I was absolutely shocked when I first saw the lump on her leg. I thought, how does this little dog get around? But it must be uncomfortable.
Shih Tzu Georgie was dumped at the pound and only rescued yesterday.
Can I fix you up today? Yeah.
Denise is hoping Chris will come up with a solution so that Georgie can find a new home.
We must get everything fixed before we can rehome her and know that she is 100% as healthy as we can get her.
Hello again. How are you?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
Good. Is this your latest little adoption, is it?
This is Georgie.
Georgie, how are you?
She's a sweetie.
What's this?
I know. It's shocking, isn't it? Have you
Wow.
ever seen anything like that in your life?
Not on a small dog like you, Georgie.
Yep. We're hoping you're it
Yeah.
to get rid of this.
They're never small challenges, are
No,
they?
no,
No.
no.
Come on through.
Thank you.
When I first meet Georgie, I'm taken by this really kind, beautiful face, those big eyes, but there's another distraction, a big lump that's just hard to ignore. It's a big mass there. I mean,
Yep.
there's so much weight to it. It'd
Yet it
be like
does.
walking around with a backpack on your leg.
Well, it doesn't really bother her. She seems to walk just fine.
I guess she's had to adjust.
She has.
And going on the size of it, she's had plenty of time to adjust.
What do you think? How long?
At least 3 years, you'd think that she's had that. Lumps don't get that size just in a couple of weeks.
No.
With this lump, if there is something that's given me some comfort right now, it's the fact that when I feel around its base, it seems to be growing outwards rather than inwards. It's not trying to invade the body from what I can feel. So you're not seeing anything that worries you with her medically,
Not
apart
at
from
all.
the obvious?
Just the obvious. Yep.
So far, I agree with you. I think she looks pretty good, apart from the very obvious lumps that are hanging off her. But just felt under here, not a lump.
Yep.
Normally when we see these soft lumps right down the middle, they're actually hernias rather than being anything like a mass
Yeah.
or a tumour.
Yep.
But have you seen this?
No.
Just no mammary glands here.
Yep.
We run down either side.
Oh, there's one.
There's a lump. Yeah, this is a problem. That has to be removed and removed quickly. You know, you do worry that the previous owner, whoever they were, saw not one, not two, but three.
Trouble.
And saw money having to be spent and saw hassle and saw their dog that used to be
I know.
cute not look as cute.
That's what people do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what do we do? What is the all-over plan?
Certainly that leg lump, she can't go about a good life with that hanging around. It's only going to get bigger, you'd think. This hernia, not a big concern, but of all the lumps, it's probably the smallest one that worries me the most. If that lump in Georgie's breast tissue is cancer, the sad reality is that it could be the end of the road. With all these lumps, especially that mammary lump, you're on the clock.
Well, you are.
The longer
Yeah.
you leave them, the more chance they have to spread. It's important to remind Denise that before we even think about surgery, there is something we need to do first. That is a chest x-ray. If her lungs show signs that cancer has spread, the sad thing is there isn't any point doing an operation on that tumour.
That's not the news that I wanted to hear. It's a real concern not knowing what the x-ray's going to say, because this could be the end of the road for Georgie and her life hasn't even begun yet. You'll be right. Dr. Chris will look after you. Uncle Chris.
Hello, it's Neil here from Bondi Vet Hospital. I've got a lost dog with a microchip.
Hey Andrew, have a hand, mate?
Yep.
At the Bondi Clinic, Georgie is being anaesthetised. The little orphan needs an x-ray so Chris can confirm if she has a life-threatening breast tumour.
Okay, let's go. The whole point behind this x-ray is to see exactly what Georgie's lungs look like. If there's any indication that this tumour has spread to those lungs, there's no point doing this operation.
Outside, Georgie's carer Denise waits anxiously for news.
I am nervous about what the x-ray may come back with. I think that Georgie is lucky that she doesn't know she's got a mammary lump. So I'm going to do all the worrying for her until we get a clear x-ray.
Okay. You can breathe for the time being. X-rays are clear.
That is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great work.
Okay, so I'm not going to delay. I want to get to this surgery straight away.
Yep.
All right? I'll let you know how we go.
Okay, give me a call. Thanks, Chris. Bye.
All right, let's go.
Chris preps for major surgery. Removing the 3 lumps might take several hours.
We start off in the hernia, then we move on to the big leg lump. Then from there, I guess the main game, which is going to be that mammary tumour.
Vet nurse Andrew assists Chris with a delicate operation, keeping a constant watch on Georgie's vital signs.
You've got to move quickly. We're asking a lot of Georgie to be under anaesthetic for a long time right now. Any longer than, say, 3 hours, it becomes a big risk for her to handle. As you can see, one little cut into this hernia and it's revealed what we thought we'd see, which is just a whole lot of fat.
Chris and Andrew keep a close eye on the time.
Okay, so now we've taken care of that hernia and it's time to move on to the big one, the leg lump. So the next few seconds are pretty crucial because I'm just going to start to bluntly push in underneath this lump, and by doing that I'll get a pretty good idea about how firmly attached it is. The nightmare is really that it's got tendrils that are poking deep into the body, and if you're not on your game, things can go bad quickly.
With each minute that goes by, the pressure on Chris intensifies. Little Georgie has been on the table for over an hour.
On the outside of the leg you have a pretty good covering of muscle. Now, I'm trying to, I guess, skate along the top of that just with the end of these scissors, and thankfully the lump is actually lifting up off the top of that fairly cleanly. It's just got a few blood vessels sneaking in, but I'm trying to duck and weave between those and get it out. I'm having some luck so far. Wow, look at that.
Looks great.
Yeah. This lump is huge. It weighs over 200 grams. It's almost 5% of Georgie's body weight. You know, I don't like to jump to conclusions, but the fact it doesn't have a raging blood supply is a really big positive, because usually it's the nasty tumours that are demanding a lot of the body and really trying to grow quickly and getting all that blood flow. Okay, all right, mate, so that's done. Georgie's now been in theatre for over 2 hours, yet the fact is we haven't even touched the tumour we were most concerned about. The serious part of this operation begins now. Final leg.
Chris has reached the critical point in little Georgie's major surgery.
She's nice and stable.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear.
He's already removed a hernia and a giant mass from the orphan's leg. Now he has to tackle Georgie's potentially life-threatening breast tumour.
Look, the hope is, being relatively small, that we've got it early, but
You never know.
you never know.
The tiny stray has already been on the operating table for more than 2.5 hours. Chris has to work fast, but he also needs to be careful.
Make no mistake, you have to treat mammary tumours with a lot of respect. They're usually growing quickly, they can be invading deep into the body, and they have an amazing blood supply. If you're not on your game, things can go bad quickly. The fact is, a tumour isn't just the lump that you can see. Quite often they have little tendrils of cells that are spreading deep into the body, trying to invade further. To be safe, you have to take not just the lump you can see, but also a healthy margin of tissue around it. All right. You can see right here why I'm going so carefully and why I have so much respect for this area. I mean, just here, we've got a massive blood vessel. Cut through this, and the fact is, Georgie would simply bleed out.
After more than 4 hours, the surgery is finally over.
Okay, and he's gone.
But Georgie is not out of the woods. Chris needs to send tissue samples to the lab to test for cancer. The results will determine if this little orphan has a future.
Let's go. Go, go. Right now it feels like we've been through the toughest part through the operation, but you still worry and you still hope that they're tough enough to carry on through the night. Good morning. How are you? Did you sleep okay? Have you had a look around at the new body? It's different, isn't it?
It's been just 12 hours since Georgie's marathon surgery.
Are you comfortable?
2 potentially cancerous tumours have been removed from the unlucky rescue dog. Chris is still waiting for the lab results.
Just think how easy it's going to be to walk around now, huh?
And she's going to feel so much lighter too, imagine.
Without the leg weight. It's easy to look at Georgie right now and just think she's fine, but you got to remember she had major surgery yesterday, 4 hours under anaesthetic. It's a measure of how tough she is, and I guess how tough she's had to be during her life just to get to this point.
Guardian angel Denise has arrived to pick up little Georgie.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see her. And I hope she's excited to see me.
Someone wanted to come in here and show you just how brave she's been.
Goodness! Hello!
There you go.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so look, she's had it all done.
Oh, darling, what a brave girl. You are so brave.
All those lumps are gone.
Yes.
Now, obviously, the big one from the leg and also her mammary lump have both been sent off for pathology.
Good.
So we can't get too excited yet until we get the results back there. It's easy to jump ahead and just assume that Georgie is going to be okay now, but there is one more major hurdle that she has to cross, and that is the pathology. I was confident we were able to get those lumps out with good margins, so assuming there's been no other spread we don't know of, then, you know, I'm really happy. I'm really thrilled with how that went.
Oh, and thank you so much.
It's okay.
It's wonderful, the work that you do. Say thank you to Chris for making you better. Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
My hope is really that these lumps come back as being nothing too serious, that they're benign and really will pose no further hassles to Georgie. Worst case scenario, they come back as being something nasty. You really hope that you've managed to get the whole lump out. Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Chris, I've just got Georgie's results for you there.
Thanks.
Cheers.
When Shih Tzu Georgie was brought into the clinic, the little stray was in all sorts of trouble.
It's a big mess.
Yep.
Chris successfully performed a marathon surgery, but Georgie's fate now lies with the lab results testing for cancer. Now Chris can call Denise and give her the prognosis.
It's Chris here from the vet clinic.
Hi, Chris.
I have some good news for you. Her mammary lump, which I guess is the one we were most concerned about, it's come back as being a benign mammary tumour.
Oh, that's good.
As for that enormous leg lump, it was also benign.
I couldn't be happier with these results.
No, well, I'm thrilled. She's happy. Everything's great. Wonderful.
Can you let me know also when it's looking like she'll get her home?
Oh, yes, I will. Definitely.
All right, thanks Denise. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do you reckon she was happy about that? I don't know if Denise does jigs, but if she does, she'd be doing one right now.
6 weeks have passed and Chris is making a very happy house call.
Hello, Denise.
How are
Good
you?
to see you again. But
Great to see you.
You know I'm not here to see you, don't you?
Oh, I know, I'm really disappointed. Look at this.
Wow.
You are not going to believe it.
Little Georgie has made a complete recovery
Look good, don't you? And you look happy.
and her foster mum Denise has found the orphan a permanent home with Francis and Michael.
Georgie absolutely loves Michael and Frances. You can just see the love all over her face. It's an absolutely amazing ending. It makes it so worthwhile.
Do you think she might have found a good home?
She's beautiful. Those eyes, how could you resist them?
No, it suck you right in.
Yeah. Very glad we got her. She's beautiful. I tell her every day. Michael says she's going to get a big head.
For me today, the greatest thing is she's found love, and that love not going anywhere.
Good girl.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Dusek from Bondi Vet. If you love our show and want to see more, plus some amazing content about pets and how to care for them, hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you on our next video.